You want what?
No strings, no double meanings, no hidden agendas. I said I want you to train to head World Oil.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Wheeler, sir. But with all due respect, I came here to put an end to our feud, not sit in your lap. Besides, you're kidding, right?
I'm very serious, Dennis.
Oh, you are serious, aren't you? I know. You and Mom thought this one up together, right? This is Mom's latest scheme to keep her wayward son in line. Tie him to a desk in Step Papa's office.
Dennis?
Why else would you make such a ludicrous offer? Or do you and Mom still think you can control me? Well, that's not going to work. I don't want to profit from my good connections. Do you understand that?
I understand that. I don't want to control your life. I don't want your mother to either.
Then why are you throwing all this at me?
Now, look. Look. My motives are selfish. I admit that. But it's not what you're thinking. Look, I'm still not a well man. I'm not getting any younger anymore.
Give it up, will you?
Now it's important. You hear me out. All right? Now I have all the money I want, all that I need. I couldn't spend it for as long as I live. But I want out. I don't want that day-to-day grind anymore. What's valuable to me is time. All the time I have left to me to spend it with your mother.
Well, then, what's stopping you?
Look, I just can't suddenly not show up at work anymore. Things aren't done that way.
You got Ryan Connor.
No, not anymore. He says he's leaving Houston, and I want to keep World Oil in the family. And that's my only motive, and I swear.
Wait a minute. When you and Mom thought...
Your mother doesn't know anything about this. We've never discussed it. And I swear that, too.
No?
No. It's between you and me. Nobody else.
Well, it's still a bad idea. Oh, I'm flattered at your faith in my ability, but my experience is in art management, not oil management. I wouldn't even know where to start.
The offer was to train you, not to put you in over your head. You're bright. You can learn what you need to know.
It's still a bad idea. It's ridiculous.
Dennis?
It's absolutely...
You're a married man now. You have a wife to support. And for all you know it, maybe you'll have a family.
So what?
Now, you tell me this. Do you really make enough money at Western Art to support a family?
I hope to, eventually.
Now, I want you to weigh this out. And I want you to think about it. Before you make any decision, maybe you should talk to your wife.
Texas, starring Beverly McKenzie.
So that's your game. Oh, Paige. I might have known you wouldn't settle for less than what you think the market will bear, but this is too much.
What are you talking about, Iris? I didn't marry the rich man. You did.
I don't need Alex's money. But you can almost count it now, can't you?
Alex's money? What a silly notion. Besides, I understand it's uncountable.
I'll stop you, Paige.
Just what do you think my little plan is, Iris?
It's obvious. You're hoping somehow to make Dennis head of World Oil, so that when he finally comes to his senses and sees the kind of woman he's married...
Were you a virgin when you married?
You know I'm not talking about that. But Dennis will see through you and become disillusioned and want you out of his life. You're counting on that, of course. And when that happens, you'll demand a portion of World Oil as your exit price.
Iris, Dennis and I have just gotten married. Don't you think it's a wee bit crude to be talking about a messy divorce settlement at our wedding reception?
Not when you're the bride. Oh, my. How could Dennis have been so blind? I warn you, Paige.
Oh, don't, Iris.
You are playing for stakes far higher than you can afford.
Oh, am I? Well, the silver spoon may have temporarily been taken away from me, but I always haven't been a poor working girl, you know. I know my way around the higher regions. I am a marshal, after all. Perhaps you've forgotten. We happen to be standing in the house that I was raised in. It's very nice, isn't it? Well, I'm going to have one even better because, Iris, I am making a comeback.
And you plan to use Dennis as a guide.
That's your fantasy. But then who knows more about using people than you?
You're going to have a dangerous journey. I'll make sure of that.
Oh, goodness.
So you'd better watch your step. Because I'll be watching every one you take. And if you stumble, if I catch you in the slightest scandal, I'll make sure Dennis knows about it and that he leaves you. And when that happens, there won't be any settlement. Not a percentage of World Oil, no cash, not one red cent. Do you understand?
Can't the people leave? This party doesn't start for another hour. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, it's you. I might have known. You don't have to lean on the doorbell, you know.
Hi, Bibi. Meet Bernie.
Oh, please come in.
Hey, Mrs. Wheeler, how you doing tonight?
Oh, fine, Billy Joe. I'm so glad you could give us a hand.
Yeah. Boss, nice seeing you having a night off.
Thank you, Billy Joe.
Ladies, I'd like you to meet Mr. Bernard Stokes. Bernard, this here's my boss, Paige Carrington.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Mr. Stokes.
And my benefactor back when times were looking pretty grim, Mrs. Iris Wheeler.
It's a real pleasure, Mrs. Wheeler.
It's nice to meet you, Bernard.
Wow, this is really some place you got here. It's really elegant.
I thank you.
Yeah, really elegant.
Thank you. And thank you for helping us this evening.
Oh, my pleasure.
Oh, well, Paige, perhaps we should...
See what the boys are doing? Yes, why don't we?
If you'll excuse us.
I'll see you later.
Yes.
Real pleasure, ma'am.
Bernie, bring us box over here, huh?
Do you realize what time it is? I thought I was going to have to serve Mrs. Wheeler's guests water, for heaven's sake.
We're here.
And look at this one. You're not even in uniform.
Huh?
Oh, you got shiny things on your shoes. This isn't proper. You got to go home and dress proper. Mrs. Wheeler is very particular.
Hey,
Come
lady,
on.
give me a break, huh? I ain't no barkeep. I'm just returning a favor from my friend Billy Joe here. He's your man.
You're not.
No. See? I got my own business.
The chicken co-op
No, that's Coop, Chicken
Dancing.
Coop.
in a restaurant is dancing.
Well, you can eat there if you want, but it's sure no restaurant. It's a club, a nightclub, see, over on Westheimer. Hey, I know. Why don't you come by some night? It's free to ladies.
I don't go to bars by myself.
Hey, no problem. Once you get there, you won't be by yourself. You'll be with me.
I don't think so.
No? Oh, come on. We got the best band in Houston. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Country and Western, of course.
I am not familiar with that.
Well, now, here's your chance to get acquainted with some of our Texas sounds. Ba-dum-bow-bow-bow-bow.
Excuse me,
And
I got
people.
some work to do.
No. I'm not going to let you go until you promise to come by the club real soon.
I don't make promises I can't keep.
Well, you know what they say, old buddy. You win some, but you lose quite a few.
Yeah. Well, I ain't giving up yet. Not by a long shot.
Do you know, I just now told Nita to save a table for you. It's getting to where I can set my clocks by the time the two of you show up here of an evening.
Well, that's because of Jeb, Maggie. He won't let me set foot inside the chicken coop until I've had a big, hot meal first.
And you are absolutely right. I bet the way you sing, you use up a whole lot of energy.
No, that's not why. Jeb's afraid that some customer will come up to me during the first set, and if he hands me a beer and I have an empty stomach, I'll turn into some kind of crazy person. Isn't that right? Well, you're afraid I'll float away if I don't fill up on Maggie's chili? Mother hen.
Well, wait a minute. No, you got this mother hen business all wrong.
What?
What?
I'm supposed to look out so that the world doesn't come crashing down on your chicken head there.
Well, whatever. As
Yeah.
long as it keeps you right by my side.
Oh, you two are so cute together.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't start that, Maggie.
Oh, no, I mean, what I mean is I bet you two are real cute together on the stage. You know, one of these nights I'm going to get down there and see it myself, Billy Joe Wright or no.
Well, we are the cutest couple on Westheimer.
Oh, Courtney, do you know I forgot to tell you that Ricky is going to come by and pick me up to take me over to Dennis and Paige's wedding reception. You want to ride with us?
Okay, that'd be great.
Oh, Lord, you look so pretty, and here I am not even dressed yet. Y'all have to excuse me. Now, go on and sit down, and I'll send Lita out to take your order, okay?
Thanks, Maggie. Look, join us, will you?
Okay.
So, look, how you doing, huh?
Fine.
Courtney, be sure to tell Dennis and Paige congratulations for me since I can't be there myself. Jeb and I have to perform tonight.
Yes, I know, and I will tell them.
Paige especially. I think she deserves a lot of congratulations for finally breaking the Marshall jinx.
Jinx?
Well, you know, managing to make it from an engagement to a wedding. Well, you and Dawn, I mean.
Oh, right. Well, Paige always was a better campaigner than Dawn or myself. She always knew just what she wanted out of life, and she wouldn't let anybody stop her from getting it. Him. Whatever.
Oh, I know. I think that's what I admire most about Paige.
Really?
Well, I hope that someday maybe I can get as far as she has.
Do you mean, going as far to advance your singing career or to marry the man that you want?
I don't know. Up until now, Paige hasn't had to make a choice between the two. I don't see why I should have to either.
Well, listen, for your own good, I think that you better pick yourself another role model.
Well, all I mean is that Jeb and I are a pair professionally.
Look,
and...
hey, Elena, you know what? It's getting late. We're going to miss the first set. We don't want to let your fans down. Why don't you go in the kitchen and see what's taking so long out there, okay?
Yes, boss.
Hey, listen, take any stuff seriously, all right?
Look, it's no concern of mine.
Yes, it is, and you know it. It's just a kid's crush, that's all.
Look, I don't know why you feel the need to explain all this to me, because I don't care what you two have got going. Not for my sake. We've gone through all this before, Jeb. You and I are only friends.
Fast friends.
Look, I can sit here and say the same thing to you that you just said to poor Elena. You have got a crush, Jeb Hampton. Kid stuff. And it's really ridiculous for you to go around pretending there's anything more to it than that.
Look, you know what? I just can't figure out why you won't give us a chance.
Do you-
I mean, I cannot figure that out, Courtney.
Want me to spell it
Yes,
out?
I want you to spell it out for me, letter by letter, so some dummy like me can understand it, okay? Come on. Come on, talk to me. Tell me why. What's the matter? Don't you know?
Yes, I know.
Well, then come on and tell me. Tell me. Courtney, I'm in love with you.
I don't want to live your kind of life.
What do you mean, my kind of life? What, am I not rich enough for you?
No, it has nothing to do with money. It's the way that you are. Jeb, I want stability in my life. I want order. I want meaning, and I want that meaning to be clear.
Court, you're asking for things in life, you know, that just don't exist.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, sure they do, if you want to play it safe. Is that why you got mixed up with Kevin Cook?
No.
For safety, huh? The hell with love?
No, it's not, and that's over with anyway, and any future involvements are sure not going to be with a man who plans his life from day to day.
Look, don't try and make me out to be some kind of a drifter, because I'm not, okay? I just happen to have other priorities besides safety.
I don't, and I won't. I saw my father die, Jeb. Die from risking too much for too long. Well, I won't ever let myself be hurt that way again. I won't ever let myself fall in love with a man who wants to live his life out at the edge. I won't. So please, don't ask me about it again. Okay?
Now, this will only take a second, all right? Boss? Yeah, Bernie here. Well, I'm just calling to tell you that I got that invitation you wanted. Yeah, well, it was a cinch. Yeah, but see, I'm already at work here at the Coops. Yeah, I know you don't like being seen here, but it's early yet, and there ain't no customers, so... yeah, right. So, like I said, if you could come by, it's here waiting for you. Yeah, you can pick it up on your way over to the Wheelers. All right? Okay. I tell you, that's one posh party they got cooking up over there. Okay, see you soon.
Thank you, darling. That's what I needed.
Shelley, you look lovely.
Thank you, but looks like I came down too early.
Nonsense.
The party hasn't really started yet.
Now, I won't have you standing on formality around here. You're practically part of the family, isn't she, Iris? Shelley, this is Dennis. And his bride, the former Paige Marshall.
Hello, Shelley. Nice to meet you.
Shelley was my nurse for a few months, and she saw me through the coma and brought me back into the light. And she has my eternal gratitude and affection.
She was certainly a valuable part of the team that pulled you through, darling. Of course, Kevin Cook helped a bit. Not to mention Ryan and Ricky.
Of course, it was an excellent team.
Sure was. So, you're the newlyweds I've been hearing so much about. Congratulations.
Thank you. So,
Thank
you were Alex's nurse. Huh? Well, you must have been closer to him than anyone. Now, tell me, dear, with all the secrecy that had to be kept, was it a 24-hour job? I mean, day and night?
There were some relief periods. In fact, I even managed to slip out with Ricky once for a bowl of chili at Maggie's.
Oh, you know Maggie's?
I'm working my way through the menu now. Well, I'm trying to, but I keep going back to a few favorites.
I run the art gallery right next door.
Oh, yeah, Western.
Darling, I've been meaning to ask how much longer you think you'll need to have a private nurse in the house.
Well, I really haven't thought about that, but I suppose we should ask Kevin.
Well, I think he'll tell you can dispense with her services since you're so improved.
Well, that's the truth.
Excuse me?
About Mr. Wheeler. Sir, I just got to say you're looking really well, and I mean, there's nobody gladder in the whole wide world than Billy Joe Wright. I mean, the way you got blown away, you got to be the luckiest guy in the world,
Thank you.
Maybe Mrs. Wheeler didn't tell you, but you see, I'm the guy the police arrested and charged with shooting you. Don't that beat all, huh? It was real bad, too. I mean, it couldn't happen at a worse time. You see, my wife, she's pregnant, and she was upset something awful.
Well, I didn't realize.
Oh, it's watering the dam now, but, well, I'll tell you something. It was, for a while there, I was really scared she was going to lose the kid from worrying.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I tell you. But, listen, I'm just really glad to see you're doing so well, sir. God bless you.
Well, thank you. I'll do what I can to make up for your ordeal.
Filet, pal?
Filet,
You're
that's
kidding.
it.
Oh, yes,
And I thought in real...
Maggie really is the best cook in the world, isn't she?
Yeah.
Would you excuse us, please, Shelley? Dennis?
Paige.
I had to ask you before the other guests arrived. What were you and Alex talking about?
You looked so serious when Iris and I interrupted you.
Well, I was just telling him how grateful I was for his attitude toward my father, the fact that he helped him. And then he suggested I take a crash training program and become head of World Oil eventually.
Dennis! Oh, that's marvelous, darling. That's just grand. Oh, I knew you two could work out that silly little argument. Oh, honey, I'm so happy for you. I better go and thank Alex for being...
Wait, Paige, you don't understand. I said no. I don't want to take over his...
Hey, Dennis, next time I'm over at Maggie's, I'd love to stop in and see your gallery. In fact, if your prices aren't too fancy, I just might pick up some things for my apartment.
Oh, that'd be nice. We have some beautiful stuff at good prices. Stop by any time. Be glad to show you around.
Good, thank you. Guess I better make it soon before you start that new career.
Take your time. I'm not about to start a new career. I like Western art. Stop by any time. I'll be waiting for you.
Oh, Alex. Oh.
Thanks, Bernie. Hey, what happened to this?
My man had an accident. You can still use it, though, can't you?
Sure. As long as it opens the door.
I still say you were rude and insulting.
Look, Elena, I said I was sorry, okay? So let's just skip it.
Oh, running me away from the table so you could whisper sweet nothings to Courtney? Jeb, don't be a fool.
Elena, drop it, okay? I'm sorry.
No, not until you admit that I'm right. Well, Courtney won't be happy marrying anyone but some kind of a rich doctor or something. And you should have let her marry her Dr. Cook.
Look, I am glad I did it, all right?
Is it better this way? With 4 people miserable because you couldn't leave well enough alone?
Well, hey, listen to me, all right? We've got a job to do here, so why don't you get yourself dressed, all right? And let's just drop this whole subject. Go on. Hey, Bernie. How you doing, man? Hey, let me have a beer.
All right. Get them fingers loosened up. Hey there, Picker. No need to be down. There's no living with him, you know. There's no living without him either. Tell me about it. Besides, look what I got for you. Go on, look inside. Notice anything? I'm not a taxpayer. Shh. No, besides that, see, you and that gal are making my customers so weepy with them sad songs that I just can't pour the booze fast enough. So I put a little extra green stuff in there for both of you.
Thank you very much, Bernie.
Man, you have really got the blues.
I'll tell you something, any mediocre doctor makes 10 times what I'm making here in a week.
Well, go to medical school.
I missed registration.
Hey, well, you aren't doing bad now. Did you count it?
Aside from the fact that you gave me a tax break here, I think I'm still a little shy of a down payment for River Oaks.
Yeah, well, don't look at me. I live in a trailer.
I sponge off my sister.
Yeah, sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Hey, man, I'm right to complain to you, and I'll just drink my beer and sit here.
That's all right. Part of my job is keeping everybody happy. Anyway, you never said that you was in this racket to get ahead. I thought you was just happy picking and keeping your eyes on that sweet young gal. But, if it's bigger bucks you're after...
Bernie, what are you talking about?
Oh, just that I know where you might could find some bootstraps to pull yourself up by.
Like what?
Well, if you got an itch for money, there's all sorts of ways to scratch.
Nice try. Excuse me. Excuse me, Dr. Marshall?
Yes.
I'm Shelley Lee.
Yes, Shelley.
Remember we worked together on that Arab gentleman, Sheikh Zaidi?
Oh, yes. How have you been?
Busy. I've been Mr. Wheeler's private...
Keeping everybody happy. Anyway, you never said that you was in this racket to get ahead. I thought you was just happy picking and keeping your eyes on that sweet young gal. But, if it's bigger bucks you're after... Barney, what are you talking about? Oh, just that I know where you might could find some bootstraps to pull yourself up by. Like what? Well, if you got an itch for money, there's all sorts of ways to scratch.
Nice try. Excuse me. Excuse me, Dr. Marshall?
Yes.
I'm Shelley Lee.
Yes, Shelley.
Remember we worked together on that Arab gentleman, Sheikh Zaidi?
Oh, yes. How have you been?
Busy. I've been Mr. Wheeler's private nurse during his recuperation. He was kind enough to invite me this evening.
Well, I guess then your job is just about over.
Yeah. Maybe as of this evening. But it's a nice party.
Oh, Rick.
Although I'm afraid I hardly know any...
Well, Iris, always in the light.
I can't say that.
Dennis,
There's Dr.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Paige, good to see you, and thanks to you, Evan. Well,
Listen, tell me, did Stryker take care of that situation where you got yourself in trouble for signing that false death certificate? No. Don't those people realize that you did it to protect me?
well, Stryker's working on the coroner and the hospital committee. Look, Alex, you have a lot of people to see. Why don't we talk about this later?
All right, we will. But I won't let you suffer for helping me.
Thank you.
Dr. Cook, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Hello.
Hello?
He looks marvelous, doesn't he? You'd never know he'd been so close to the end.
Alex? Yeah, it's remarkable.
You know.
We met, right? I know that lady.
I believe.
Sure I do.
Would you two excuse me? I let the last tray get past, and those look too good to get away.
Well.
Well, I was just going to say that Shelley was filling me in on your bold plans to have Alex declared dead so he would be safe in the hospital.
That wasn't my bold plan. It was Ryan Connor's. I just went along with it.
Well, it was very brave.
I'm glad you think so, because it looks like I'm going to have to pay the price.
Price?
Sure, Courtney. You know Gulf Coast Hospital, how they like everything to look so proper, and there's nothing in the world I can do to make what I did look proper.
But it was the right thing to do.
Well, I'll let the philosophers decide what's right and what's proper. Gulf Coast just isn't interested. They are not too happy about the publicity, or should I say notoriety.
Well, those people at Gulf Coast, you know.
They own the playing field. They told me to look for another game in some other town.
They asked you to leave the hospital?
They'd be happy if I'd left yesterday.
Oh, that's outrageous. That's unjust. Surely Alex can make them change their point of view.
Yeah. I suppose he could force them to keep me on staff, but I don't feel motivated to fight, to stay. Not anymore.
The principle, that should be enough.
What principle? The one that put me above the law? No. No, Courtney, if there was something to fight for, believe me, I'd fight. I think the best thing for all concerned would be for me to say goodbye. Properly, of course. Goodbye, Greg.
Bye.
That was a pretty good technique there. I don't think I taught you that one.
Well, some things a star is born with.
And some things you gotta earn. Here you go, Donna. This is what it's all about.
Thank you. Jeb, look at this. Look.
I got mine.
This is all mine? Hey, tomorrow's Saturday. I am going to go shopping all day.
That's it. Go right out. Blow it before it can hurt you.
I'm not going to blow it. I'm going to go out and buy some nice things. You'll see.
Okay.
What are you going to do with yours?
I don't know. If I was in New York, I suppose I'd pay last month's rent. Since I'm living off my sister and I'm a little short for the stock market. Hey, Bernie. Why not?
You said it, brother.
Why not what?
Go on in, Jeb. I told the boys I was sending in a shark, but they're still planning to eat you alive, so watch it.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's he going? What are you talking about?
He's going to test his luck.
I don't understand.
Poker, cards, gambling, you know. I got a little backroom game most Friday nights, and for a trifling entrance fee, the boys can sit around and swap paychecks till the cows come home. Or until the cows call up wanting to know where their menfolk got off to.
Well, that's just great. I mean, Jeff goes in there and plays cards all night while I have to sit here by myself. Wonderful.
Well, I ain't busy.
Well, when's Billy Joe getting here?
Him? Oh, I can't help you there. He ain't coming in tonight. He's got a gig.
Where?
Catering a party at the fanciest house in Houston by the look of the front room. Man, you never saw anything like it in your life. Sure was pretty. Yeah.
I'm getting already. Me too, I'm getting back.
Excuse me, darling.
I'm not your darling.
Hello.
Oh, fine, how are you? Oh, he can't wait to see you. He's right there. Oh, Terry, darling. Oh, Alex. Oh, God, I still can't believe it.
I promise I'm here. I won't vanish.
It's you. It's really you. Talking to you on the phone just wasn't enough. I couldn't take it in.
You've done such a great job, I haven't thanked you.
Do you have to? Oh, Alex. Oh, right.
Hey, congratulations.
I would like to talk to you, Dennis. Could I see you? Oh,
Thank you.
I would like to just clear the air a little. I said some pretty rough things to you and Jenny.
No, forget.
No, I heard from Barry that you were planning on leaving Houston, and I just want to apologize for whatever I said. I think it's very generous of you to do that. I know you're giving up quite a bit.
Well, I'm doing it as much for myself as anyone. I just need to get away right now.
No, I think it's very noble of you.
Huh.
But I know that your uncle will miss your helping hand at World Oil, but I don't think that you need to worry about that.
What do you mean?
Don't you know, darling?
No.
Dennis is thinking about taking a position at World Oil, aren't you, darling?
Well, actually, I'm
Hey,
not...
congratulations, Dennis. You know, that's a pretty big job. It's a little scary at first. I tell you what, I'd be happy to spend the rest of the time I have in town just helping you learn the ropes. I won't be able to show you everything, but maybe I can make it a little easier to get started, all right?
Yeah, well, thanks, Ryan, but
That
I'm not...
is wonderful, Dennis. Don't you think, darling? Ryan, I'm truly indebted to you now.
Your name, sir?
Give me some cards I can play.
Okay, who wants to open?
I'll pass. I'll open. 5.
See, 5.
You're open.
Cards? Who's cards? 3 is the man with a hat here.
Give me 3.
3 is the man with the vest. Smiley, how about you?
I'll play these.
X?
1. Make it sweet.
Give it takes 3. 2.
Opener, that's 5.
Let's see your 5. And I'll raise you 20.
You didn't take any cards. Later.
I'll see you 25. Raise you 25 more. Here's your 25 more. Hey, Smiley, I'll tell you what, why don't we get rid of the limit on this hand, okay?
Anything you said?
All right. There's your she note. That's 100 to you.
So I'll get it all back right now.
As well. Here's your 100. I'll raise you 100. Coming right back at you.
What's the matter? Ain't you gonna raise me? Ain't you gonna raise me?
200. Ace high flush. Read him and read him. You read him. Oh, man. Hey. Hey, that was pretty. Hey, I was going to tell you it's time for your next set, but I ain't going to break you to run a look like that. What's up, Barney? Hey, what'd you say your names were? Line 'em, cowboy.
Just deal.
Where's Jeff? Is he? He has another set to do. Is he coming?
I don't think so. At least not yet, anyways. See, he's on the reins. Yeah, I think he's cleaning out my reins. Man, oh man, you should have seen that last hand.
Well, he's got to stop. It's almost time for us to go on.
Yeah, but sweetheart, he's winning.
Well, fine. All the better.
No, you don't understand. See, he's winning, and the boys
because, well, they don't know him, and so they're getting kind of hot about it looked to me.
Well, who cares about a bunch of sore losers? And Jeb's got to play the guitar now. Just go in and get him.
Hey, now, wait a minute. You can't stop a man when he's winning.
Well, he's won enough.
Yeah, but you can't be the first one to quit when you got all the chips.
It's time. No, it's past time for our set. Now, come on.
I'm sorry, Lena. See, the boys here.
I don't care if you're winning. You have to quit now and come play the guitar, Jeb. Please.
Hey, what's going on here? What's going on? You ain't going anywhere, buddy. Not when you're near clean me out. Now tell your show to get lost.
Look, Smiley, I ain't quitting, all right?
That's right, you ain't quitting. You understand? You ain't.
Just watch how you talk to the woman.
Yeah, okay. Sit down and play cards.
Could I have your name, please, sir?
Christopher Shaw.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't seem to have your name on my list here.
Oh, that's just like Paige is organized as a computer, and she can't remember where she put her purse.
You know Paige?
Of course, she gave me the invitation personally. We're old friends. We go back a long way.
Well, I'm going to have to check on this. Would you mind waiting here, please?
Sure.
Come on.
Paige, excuse me for a second.
Sure. Sure, what is it now?
There's a guy at the door who says you gave him an invitation. Could you maybe have forgotten to tell Mrs. Wheeler? I don't have him on my list.
Well, we get everything straightened out. Paige.
Yes. Everything's fine, Ricky. I meant to tell Iris, but it just slipped my mind.
Paige, is everything all right here?
Yes, darling. Excuse us, Ricky. Everyone, I'd like you to meet an old friend of mine from California, Christopher Shaw. Chris, this is my husband, Dennis Carrington.
Congratulations, old man. You got yourself quite a lady.
Thank you, I know it.
And his mother and stepfather, Iris and Alex.
How do you
Wheeler.
How do you do?
Chris, why don't you help yourself to a drink? The bar's right over there.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. A vodka martini, straight up, with an olive.
All of a sudden, I am just as dry as can be. Can I get you something from the bar?
Yeah,
Oh. Come. Anyone else? No, thank you. I don't know what you are pulling, but you better pull it right back out that door, and I mean it, Chris.
You're so beautiful.
Will you get out of here?
Sure. When are we meeting and where?
Hell, it'd be too soon. After all, I happen to be a married woman now.
Yeah, I know. I read the announcement in the paper. You did pretty well for yourself, too. And I knew they couldn't keep Paige Marshall down for long.
Paige Carrington.
Sure. Congratulations, Mrs. Carrington. Now, when was that? When are we meeting?
Top of the World Club. Later, after all this is over.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Jeb Hampton. Jeb Hampton, it's time. No, it's past time for our set. Now, come on.
I'm sorry, Lena, but the boys here.
Look, I
There's
don't
got a
care if
game
you're
going
winning.
on.
You have to quit and come play the guitar now. Jeb, please.
What's going on here? You ain't going anywhere, buddy. Not when you're near clean me out. Now tell your shill to get lost.
Look, I ain't quitting.
That's right.
You just watch your mouth, man. Watch how you're talking about the lady. You understand?
Yeah, okay. Now sit down and play cards. This game is just getting started.
You're right. Hey, Jimmy, how you figure this fella here done cleaned your hide already, huh?
I got me some backup. Give me some chips.
Right at you.
Jeff, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to butt in. I didn't realize.
Wait, I'm glad that you understand there's certain things that you don't realize, all right? I've been trying to tell you that all along here. Listen, go back out front, all right?
Hot shot, you in his hand or not?
Deal me in. Go deal. Talk about this later, all right? Go on. I'm in. You better believe I'm in.
Let's go.
Until either you boys clean me out, or I clean you boys out.
Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
You don't know if I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Oh, there it is.
Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you.
Alex.
Thank you so much.
Take me home, all right?
You all tuckered out?
I'm just tired of smiling at everyone, even the people I like. I can see it now. Long, hot bath, new sheets on the bed. You?
Uh-oh, you're smiling. How should I take that, Larry?
Take it well. It's the first thing I've said all night that means exactly what it says. You ready to go?
Oh, my coat.
Oh, I'll get it. Hey, you know something? Really had a good time tonight. Didn't you?
Love.
I'll be right back. You're so beautiful.
Will you get out of here?
Sure. When are we meeting and where?
Hell, it'd be too soon. After all, I happen to be a married woman now.
Yeah, I know. I read the announcement in the paper. You did pretty well for yourself, too. And I knew they couldn't keep Paige Marshall down for long.
Paige Carrington.
Sure. Congratulations, Mrs. Carrington. Now, when was that? When are we meeting?
Top of the World Club. Later, after all this is over.
Hey, looks like you already fell asleep, started dreaming. Or were you having a nightmare?
No, darling. I was just reliving the reception a little bit. Oh, Dennis. So special. I just wanted to fix it in my mind.
Well, you know something? My feet are going to remember this party better than my mind does. You ready to go home now?
Not quite, darling. I'm going to have to drop you off.
What do you mean, not quite?
Well, I am still the manager of a club. I wanted to run by the Top of the World Club and see if everything was okay.
Now?
You can warm up the bed for me, sweetheart.
Well, I don't mind waiting to go to bed.
Oh, no. It's very sweet, honey, but there's really no need. I'll just go to the Top of the World Club and take care of my business as fast as I can, and then I'll come home and take care of you.
You really don't mind going without me?
Oh, honey, you're so tired, and I'm not. I'm really fine. It's okay.
Okay.
Let's say thanks, shall we? Oh, thank you so much, Alex. Dear, dear Iris, thank you. It's a fabulous reception.
We were happy to have it for you.
Mom, you still throw one great party.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Dennis, looking forward to some good times, huh?
Oh, there will be, and don't worry, Dennis and I are going to do some serious talking about your generous offer to bring him into World Oil.
Paige, why don't we get going? Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. You don't have to do that now. It can wait until morning.
Can?
Yes, it can.
Well, you've certainly gotten mellow, Mrs. Wheeler.
Shh. He thinks I was always this way.
Hey, you don't have to tell me twice. Look, I'll come pick up this junk tomorrow, but right now I'm late for my shift to the chicken coop, huh? I'll see you, Mrs. Wheeler. Mr. Wheeler. Huh?
Thank you.
You work at the chicken coop, Billy?
That's right. I'm the head bartender.
Well, isn't that the same place that your friend? It's on this car that your friend Bernard invited
Bernie,
you
yeah,
to?
he's the manager there.
And it's like it's a nightclub.
That's correct. It's a late night club. As a matter of fact, things are starting to cook there. That's why I got to go right now.
Oh, well, is it formal? I mean, do you have to dress up?
Well, heck no. This is Texas, Vivi. I mean, you don't have to dress up or anything. I'll tell you, we got a real good kicker there band too.
A kicker band?
Yeah, a country. You know, country western.
I know. C&W like on TV.
Well, not like on TV. I mean, this is where it's all coming from. They got a great singer too. Best little voice in town.
Oh, I wish I could go with you.
Well, come on. I mean, ladies drink free, just like Bernie said.
Vivian, you don't want to go to a place like that. It's totally unsuitable.
It is? Oh, Mrs. Wheeler, don't you think it's time I got out and started meeting some people?
Well, didn't you meet enough people tonight?
Oh, I mean, people that speak to my essence.
I think Mrs. Wheeler is concerned about you going out alone in the middle of the night. You know, some night soon I'll send Ricky over and he can escort you over to the chicken coop.
Oh, I would like that.
No way. Decker came in once and caused trouble. He was invited not to come back.
Ricky caused trouble?
That's right. He did. I mean, it's just the way them ex-cops act sometimes. You know, sort of mean when they find folks having a good time. It ain't no problem, though. I'll tell you what. This lady wants to make the scene. I'll make her my responsibility, personally. As a matter of fact, when she's had enough, I'll just throw her in a cab and send her on home. How'd that be, darling, huh?
Do you really mind if I go, Mrs. Wheeler?
No. All right, if you must. But I won't have you coming home inebriated.
Of course I won't. What does that mean?
Drunk. Don't get drunk. You know how you are the next day. So now if you must go to this place, just look around.
That's all I want to do. Just look around. Really. Cross my heart.
Really, Vivi?
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Wheeler. Thank you, Mr.
Night,
Wheeler.
folks. Night, folks.
Don't
Go.
hold me.
Come on, we gotta go.
Hi.
Alex.
Actually.
Well, you are a terrible influence on that girl.
Well, you know, I was really thinking about you and me. You know, and our being alone in this house and working on one of our old projects.
Any particular old project?
Oh, just things other people do. You know, and when they're alone and in love.
What are you thinking about?
I'm not.
Can you sleep?
Nope.
Would a cup of hot chocolate help? I'll fix you one.
No. But, maybe a bedtime story would.
Okay, let's see. How about Billy Goat's Gruff?
No.
No?
Something more contemporary. Maybe you could tell me the story of how Ginny Marshall and Ryan Connor met and fell in love.
Is that what you've been lying here thinking about for the past hour?
Partly. Though I do have a few other items rattling around in my mind.
Why, Barrett?
Something I need to know, Ginny. Something I want you to tell me about.
You know everything about it that matters. What good is it going to do to dredge up the details now?
Dredge them up? Do you? Just tell me. I'm sure they're not buried so deep that you can't remember.
Why, Barrett? Can't you just let it go?
I'm not the one who has to let it go, Jenny. You are.
Oh, yes. Do you really need to know?
I do. And not to cause you unhappiness either. Oh, Jenny. My mind wanted to play tricks on me about what really happened in the escape. But I kept after the truth.
It hurt you so badly.
It would have hurt me worse not to know. Don't ask me why. Some men conjure up whatever they want to believe, and they live by that. It's not my way. I had to know about Carrington's betrayal and about my own guilt.
Not yours.
Yes, mine. Mine for failing to recognize that we were being betrayed. Mine for leading good men to slaughter.
Oh,
now, Jenny, if I can face that, surely I can face the fact that you came to care for another man when I was gone, when you thought I was dead.
But if you know what happened, why do you have to know any more?
Because I can't let it poison what chance we have of putting our marriage back together. Because I have to find some way of accepting your love for another man. And you have to find some way of giving it up.
Two brandies, please, Michael, all right?
Hey, I really appreciate you detouring in here with me for a nightcap. Are you that tired?
No, I'm not tired.
Listen, Ryan, I overheard what Paige said to you at the reception. Are you really planning to leave Houston?
Yeah, I really am. It's the only way, Terry, for Ginny and Barrett and for me. At first, I thought if I waited, if I just stuck around and didn't interfere, well, I thought that Ginny would come back to me. But now I realize she won't. So the best thing for me to do is just leave. It's going to be a lot harder for her if I stay.
Yeah, I knew that was it.
Hey, now, I'm not trying to be noble. I never miss anybody so much in my whole life. But Barrett, I can't do that to Barrett. He spent all those years in a prisoner of war camp. I just don't want to be his enemy.
No, Barrett doesn't need that. But, Ryan, even if you do have to leave Houston, you don't have to leave World Oil. You could still be Alex's right arm. We have offices all over the world. You could go anywhere.
Yeah, I know, but let's face it, my heart just isn't in it. Besides, I don't know their functions, their personnel, their problems.
But I do. I've done the whole tour several times with Alex. If you want, I could go with you. I could introduce you in all the offices around the world. I could help you find a place where you want to live and work.
Just wait a minute and then follow me into the office, okay? Rodney, everything all right tonight? Good. Thank you.
Well, that's a pretty good offer, Terry. In fact, that's the best offer I've had in a long time. But I don't know. I'm going to just have to think it over. I wouldn't want to stay with World Oil if it was just to keep my connections with Houston and Ginny. In fact, I think the best thing I could do right now is just stand aside and let Dennis take my place.
Ryan, there's room for both of you.
No. There's room for only one successor to Alex, and maybe it ought to be Dennis. I mean, that's what Iris wants, and that's certainly what Paige wants, right?
Paige. But Paige has always been more interested in what she wants than what's good for anybody else. Dennis included. Herself included, for that matter. She's the only person I know that might actually cut off her nose to spite her face.
Hey, come on now. I know she's a schemer, but I think you lost me somewhere. Why are we talking about Paige anyway?
Well, she was just here. Didn't you see her?
Yeah, at the reception.
No, here. Just now.
What do you mean here?
I mean here, just a minute ago. Seems a little strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's so strange. You're probably imagining it. I mean, why would she leave her wedding reception and come up to the top of the World Club?
I don't know. I just know I saw her. She even waved at me.
With Dennis?
No, she was alone. Except for the man that was sitting at the bar who followed her out.
Followed her? Well, why don't you just mean leaving? Listen, Terry, what are you talking about? Why does this concern you so much?
I don't know exactly. And he wasn't just leaving. She went towards her office. And what's strange is that the man that was sitting at the bar was also at the reception.
Okay, then you was someone you knew, right?
Never saw him before. That's what's bizarre. Because I helped Iris with the guest list. I knew every person on it. Every person Iris invited.
You have just wiped away every trace of feeling that I ever had for you. Do you know that? If you had been run over by a truck yesterday and I'd read it in the paper, I would have felt a twinge of sadness. But now I hope it happens. I hope you leave here and cut down by a speeding truck, because I will dance and sing and I will be the happiest woman alive.
Yeah! How dare you show up at my wedding reception? My wedding reception! How despicable! Trying to embarrass me in front of my husband's parents.
Oh, don't look at me like an idiot with that smirk on your face.
Come off it, Paige. You're not doing an audition.
What are you doing here, Chris?
I was in town. I read your name in the paper, and I stopped by your party to say congratulations. Now, if I'd wanted to embarrass you...
Very nice. Thank you very much. I wonder if you'd bothered to congratulate me if I hadn't married quite so well.
You mean into money?
You know exactly what I mean.
Yes, I do know exactly what you mean. And no, if you'd done a damn fool thing like marry for love, there wouldn't be anything to congratulate you for. I'd have just thought to myself, the poor kid with her talents. Oh, nice. Very nice. Great passion, fiery eyes, heavy breathing. You might just get the part. How well can you do sex?
Perfect. Just perfect.
The party?
No. You and I. But mostly you.
You and I. And you do give a wonderful party, man.
Oh, most wonderful.
Well, I was never very famous on the social circuit in this city. But, oh, what do you mean, almost? I thought our social event came off quite well.
Yes, of course.
A lack of conviction. Am I imagining this?
Oh, I just wish the occasion were a happier one than Dennis's marriage to that dreadful girl.
Maybe announcing Dennis's marriage to anyone would equally put you in a bad mood.
No. It's as though he had an unerring instinct for the worst possible choice. And Paige Marshall is it.
Paige Carrington, darling. Look, that's the way it is. She's part of the family, and however you feel about her. Now, may I suggest that you keep this in mind and treat her accordingly? I mean, who knows? You may come to like her.
Never.
Now, that's a long time to set yourself up against your daughter-in-law.
She may not be my daughter-in-law forever.
Darling, Now, it's not good for you or Dennis. Now, I won't have you pushing him into a divorce court. Now, he's a grown man now. He's old enough to accept responsibility, or else I never would have asked him to come in with me to World Oil.
He doesn't know what he's doing, Alex. He's still a boy in some ways.
Boy, you're still thinking of him as the little boy you raised. Now, he's a grown man now. He's desperately seeking his place in the world and something that he can do well. He'd be more impressed with our son than you are.
Oh, no, Alex,
Now-
not at all. But
Now, listen. Stick with the way you feel about him, all right? He wants to have responsibility for his own life, and you have to give him that right.
I have no choice, apparently.
Look, part of responsibility for his own life is making mistakes, all right? And recognizing those mistakes and correcting them all by himself.
She'll eat him alive.
You're not listening to me, Iris. Now, if Dennis's marriage is a mistake, now then he's going to have to go through the process of finding that out. You know, discovering that fact himself. And you'll have to let him do it. You understand me?
Yes. Perfectly.
We're late. Where are they going? Come on.
No, thank you.
Come on, you just can't stand there blocking the door. What do you mean, no thank you? You're here.
Mrs. Wheeler said I should have listened to her. This is no place for me.
Well, it's a place for people, and you're a person. Now, come on in. The drinks are on the house.
It's nasty in here, and the people are unkempt.
Bernie. Hey, Bernie. Vivi, you just stay here and guard the door, okay? I'm going to find Bernie for you. Bernie, you got a visitor. Now, she's your trouble, so you take care of her, okay?
Hey, all right. Thanks, buddy.
Well, I don't believe it.
What?
Your shadow. Looked like somebody done cut it away. Where's he at, anyway?
He's in there playing a stupid poker game.
You're kidding. Tano, the old straight arrow, in there with the poker game? I gotta see this.
Well, why don't you go on and go hide behind that door, too?
Huh?
Well, go on. Go ahead.
What are you talking about? I just want to look at a miracle, that's all.
Yeah, well, I thought when you got here, everything... Just forget it. You're just as disgusting as everyone else is in this dump. I'm going.
Oh, wait now. Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Oh, come on now. Look, as long as you come this far, let me fix you one of them Singapore slings. Come on. That's a drink, honey. It's a drink that the ladies like.
Ladies don't drink.
Oh, now where'd you get that hooey from? Come on, just have one drink on me before you go. Just one drink so you and me can get better acquainted. Then I'll just put you right in a cab because I got to get back to work anyway.
Oh. Well, I have been known to have a little sherry from time to time.
Oh, all right. Well, this drink I'm going to fix is just like sherry, only a little more so. And this is definitely the time.
No, because Mrs. Wheeler told me I wasn't actually supposed to have anything myself. I'm just supposed to watch.
Oh, you like to watch, huh?
Well, sure, if I feel safe.
Oh, that's a funny thing. We get a lot of customers in here who like to watch best of all.
Really?
It's a fact. Say, how do you feel about adult TV?
Well, just about everything I watch on TV is adult.
You're not kidding me, are you?
Why would I kid about something like that?
Oh, yeah, right. Well, how do you feel about kind of arty stuff?
Arty stuff?
Yeah, sophisticated, you know, sexy.
Excuse me.
Oh, no, hey, wait, don't go.
Unhandle, Mr.
Oh, don't go. It's early yet, and this place doesn't really start jumping for an hour.
Just
or so.
seen and heard all enough. Goodbye.
So, Elliot Carrington convinced all of us, even me, that you were dead. That he had seen you dead. And, Ryan, well, that was when he asked me to marry him, and I said I would. So we, made the announcement at a party before he left for Bangkok,
Bangkok, yes.
where he found you.
When was your wedding going to be?
Christmas Eve.
You almost made it. I returned in the nick of time, didn't I? Are you sorry, Jenny? Are you sorry that I came back and ruined your wedding plans?
Of course not. How can you ask that?
Because I know how you favor simplicity. Are you sure you're not sorry?
Barrett, I wouldn't trade your life for anything. Not even my...
Not even your own happiness? Is that what you're going to say? You're still holding back. I can feel it. You still can't be honest with me. You can't be open with me
What
about
do you
this,
want
can
from me? What more can I give you? Please don't press me. I can't take it. You've got our marriage, our home, Steve and me.
You, Jenny? Do I? Do I really have you?
No more questions, please. I can't stand this, Barrett. Now just stop it. If you don't stop it, it's like our whole marriage is falling apart in your hands the way Steve's toy did.
Our lives aren't toys. This isn't something that I can just put away for the night and forget about. There are things I have to know.
No! No. All you have to know is that I'm here with you now. I'm here with you because I've chosen to be. If you ask any more questions, I won't stay here anymore. I'll leave. There'll be anything left to do. Do you want that? Is that it, Barrett? Do you want me to go away?
No. No, I won't ask anything more. Good night, Jenny.
Trip around the world. Yeah, I might even take Alex's yacht. Wouldn't be any rush. Might be just the thing. Could even stop off at a few deserted islands, huh? Sorry, I should have given this to you when we landed.
You know, I wonder.
Yeah, what do you wonder?
I wonder how long it would take people to find us on this island.
Will we want them to?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. journey to get here, hasn't it?
Just across the room.
You know, from the moment I saw you, you were riding at that horse show, right? I saw you and I knew that I wanted you. I wanted you more than anything else in the whole world.
Oh, I remember the first time I saw you, too, when you flew over the place. I looked up from riding, and there you were, hovering in the sky.
You look so beautiful. They were waving at me. What were you on, Lady Grey?
Oh, I wasn't just waving.
Oh, yeah?
I wanted to hitch a ride.
Where?
This beautiful island that I've been dreaming about for such a long time.
I'm sorry it took so long to take you to that island. So, you have any reservations now?
No.
Hey, that doesn't sound too convincing. Come on, what is it?
It's nothing. I don't want to talk about it. I'm too happy right now.
Well, I'm happy too. Come on, what is it?
Oh, it's just this tiny fear that maybe you leave me alone. Call of duty. Go somewhere to help someone and I'll be alone. On a deserted island.
Ginny, look at me. That's not gonna happen. What do you think, I'm crazy? Leave our little island? No, our island is gonna be inhabited for the rest of our lives. So who are you kidding, Connie? No, there's never gonna be another woman on that island with you.
Now the right foot. All right, there you go. Okay, you're on your way. So anyway, Billy Joe, thanks a million for bringing that chick Vivian by. No, Pard, that's the wall. Come on now. Right foot, left foot. Looky there, sun's been up a half an hour. Go home. Get yourself a big breakfast. See you tonight.
You know, like I say, old buddy, she's your trouble.
Oh, she ain't no trouble. That lady turns me on like a Huntsville searchlight. Just turns me all the way up.
Well, to each his own, like I always say, but, you know, I kind of figured you were hustling her at Mrs. Wheeler's, you know? I just don't understand why.
I told you why.
Come on, Bernie, with all the sweet young stuff we got hanging around here.
Listen, Billy Joe, there's something you have to understand about me. I got my old-fashioned side, too. Vivian is a real nice gal.
Yeah. Simple like simple syrup, all right.
Hey, now, don't go bad-mouthing her, Billy Joe. That makes me mad. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I like her. I think she kind of reminds me of my ex-gal, Sally.
Sally? She run out of you, though, Bernie. She left you high and dry at Huntsville prison. She ran off with that, what was it, insurance salesman, wasn't it?
Yeah, I reckon old Sally's got premiums coming out her ears by now. But Vivian ain't like Sally that way.
No? Seems to me she's exactly like her, only smarter.
Smarter?
Sure. She run out of you, before you got a chance to even get involved with her.
Well, I ain't giving up yet, kid.
Now, Bernie, why do you want to get or chase after some chick who won't even return your affection?
Look, she ain't just any chick.
She happens to work for the richest folks in Houston. Now, that's the right direction for me to be moving in. Keeps me minded of where I'm headed for in life. You get it?
Well, I'm headed for the poorhouse myself when this tips start picking up here.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. We got a few tips to collect ourselves from the back room.
Oh, yeah, the poker game.
I haven't heard a peep out of them in about 2 hours. What do you say we check in and see if the big winner's feeling generous?
Yeah.
Hand me that cash box there.
Well, maybe they all fell asleep. Or maybe they killed each other by now.
Maybe.
Time, gentlemen. Come on, you know the rules. Let's break it down. I gave you boys an extra half hour already. Let's settle up. How'd you boys do? Ooh, not so hot. Well, better luck next week. Stop it. You? No. And how about you?
Him? He's been dipping into his cash reserves all night. I need 40.
And what are you holding, Picker? Woo-wee. I got them all piled up there for you, Bernie.
Want some help counting those? My wife ain't gonna like this.
Are we doing breakfast?
Give me your ride home.
Now?
7, 28, 29. 3,325 big ones. Did I steer you right or what, huh?
Yeah, you did, Bernie. You
really did.
Well, there's no chance of a big tip from this winner. How'd you guys manage to lose that much dough to a turkey like this, huh?
Don't ask.
I've been asking that question all night long. I've been coming up with the same answer, too.
Well, maybe you ought to keep the answer to yourself, otherwise you might regret it. Bernie, thank you.
My pleasure.
Sure. Oh, hey, right, here. Get yourself one of them peachy shirts. You know the ones that I always wear?
Hey, I'll see you guys next week, right?
Yeah. Thanks for the warning.
I'll tell you guys something. He ain't the turkey, you are, if you let him walk out of here with your paychecks.
Paycheck? Hell, that went at midnight. You took my wife's grocery money and my kids' clothes money, too.
Really?
Like I say, if you let him, you're the turkeys.
Knock it off.
That guy, he's been around. He's a ringer. Why do you think he came here from New York City? Sure, man. What'd you think?
You've been hustled?
I'm saying he probably thinks he cleaned out the dumbest hicks in Texas.
Hicks? Let's get that kid.
Hey, oh, Billy boy, what'd you want to go and do that for? Hey, Yankee boy.
Talking to you, pretty boy.
Oh, no, you can't be talking to me, because I'm from Virginia.
Yeah. Well, wherever you're from, we're going to send you back there when we're finished with you. But first, well, we want to give you a little breakfast.
You eat that yourself.
Billy boy, you and me are going to have to talk about this. Now, come on, you guys. Come on now, don't bust up my place.
I got a family.
And go home. Come on. Hey, let's get him. Come on. Get him. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Do your fighting out in the street.
Looks like that picker's finally gonna get what's coming to him.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Joe, no. What happened to you?
Maria, is that you? I'm glad you're here so early. I wanted to go over the billing procedures. Bart never seems to care. Maria? Maria?
Hey, Doc.
Oh, Jeff, for Pete's sake, you scared me half to death. What are you doing here at this hour?
Well, not much. I mean, I would have made an appointment, but, see, it was kind of early, see.
Joe, no. What happened to you?
Nothing much.
Nothing much. What are you talking about? Sit down. Sit down. Look at you. Oh, my, I can't even unbutton your shirt.
Wait a minute. What are you getting so upset about?
What am I getting so upset about? You come in here covered with blood and you want to know why I'm upset?
This is just a little blood. It's no big deal, Courtney.
No big deal. What happened to you? Who did this? Well, tell me, what happened?
I was just a fight, you know. I've been in fights before like that. Hey, I understand. What's wrong with you? Why are you acting like
What's
this?
the matter with me? I love you, and you keep trying to get yourself killed.
I'm not sure. Wait a minute. What'd you just say? What'd you say?
I said I love you.
Yeah. That's what I thought you said.
Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Coffee, how'd you know I needed that, huh? Just what I'm
Get
looking
you
for.
your own if you just ask me nicely.
Pretty please. Pretty please, sugar on it. Huh?
No. I gotta go to work.
Well, smile when you say that, honey. Work can be a whole lot of fun, you know?
You sound like you didn't even go to work. What were you, partying?
I did that, too.
Yeah?
I worked at the Wheelers' party, you know? Let me tell you, honey, them rich people know how to live.
You want one of these?
No, I had enough of them there canopy things, you know? Nita, they had these little meatballs you wouldn't believe. And then this caviar. I don't know why people eat that stuff. I mean, it looks awful, tastes terrible, feels even worse in your mouth.
Why'd you eat it, silly?
Goes good with champagne.
Oh, must have been fun, huh?
I tell you, not nearly as much fun as I had back at the chicken coop. I'll tell you, girl, that Jim Hampton, he is such a joke.
Wait a minute. I thought you didn't like him.
I hate that turkey's guts. That's why I loved it so much.
What do you mean loved it? Billy Joe, you're not making sense.
I'll tell you. That creep was playing in a poker game in the back room, you know. Come on, Nita. It was just a friendly little game, that's all. But it didn't turn out to be too friendly for that guy. Not for Jeb.
What happened? Come on, what happened?
Well, you know, he was winning real big, you know. And, well, I think, well, you know how it is. Some guys just don't know how to handle winning, you know. And so he was strutting around, and some of them old boys got real mad at him. You know, they figured he had cards up his sleeve or something. Nobody's that lucky, let me tell you. So they showed him a few of their own tricks, and, man, you should have seen his face.
What happened to him? What happened to him?
He was all over him like ugly on an ape.
Oh, no, there was a fight, right? Did he get hurt?
Damned if I know. See, Bertie didn't want nobody busting up the place or anything, you know? So he was shooing them out, and old Hampton was running as fast as he could, and they were right behind him. I don't know what happened after that. I don't know. As far as I know, he could be laying out in some alley somewhere, moaning and groaning, knocked out cold.
Oh.
Said, please, mister, don't hit me again. Boom! Please, mister, don't kick me. Boom, boom! You should have seen it. It was pretty good. Hit the floor a couple times.
You think that's funny, don't you?
Well, it was. You should have seen that turkey running. Gobble, 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 gobble.
You think seeing that poor boy getting beat up is funny?
Poor. He walked out of there with $3 grand. He ended up coming to him.
Why? Why, because you don't like him at that chicken coop protecting Elena?
No, it ain't nothing to do with Elena. Don't
You know,
bring that up.
sometimes, Billy Joe, you just make me sick. I don't know what kind of man you are to think seeing someone get hurt is funny.
It was the way he was
I know
running.
what kind of man you are. You're the kind of man that I am ashamed I ever married.
Say it again.
I love
Say it over here in this ear, okay? Come on,
Wait
say
a
it over
minute,
here. Say
mister.
something
That
over
will
here.
have to wait. Right now you're bleeding and we've got to see what's going here. Now sit. Sit.
Sit. Could you do that a little higher up?
Jeb.
Come on, it feels real good.
Mm-hmm. Hey. There's no wound here.
You're right. There isn't.
Well, where did all this blood come from?
Must have come from the other guys.
You're not hurt?
Well, I might have a black eye or something, some abrasions and contusions, you know, that sort of stuff like. Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Wait a minute. What? Is it your heart?
Yes. It is my heart. If you just tell me that you love me again, I think I'll pull through it all
You
right. I think I will.
idiot! You don't deserve it.
Why not?
Why not? You come in here after a what? A fight?
Well, no, it wasn't a fight. It was a misunderstanding over a poker game. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. Jeb, there's thousands here.
It's just paper, that's all.
I don't believe this.
Yeah, it's a hell of a thing to get in a fight over, isn't it?
Will you get serious?
I am serious. Come on, Courtney. Who cares about money?
Oh, God,
What
there's a
difference does
small
it make?
fortune here.
Who cares? You care. Don't you?
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
You sure seem pretty chipper for someone who worked so late last night.
Oh. Well, you know how it is, darling. One does have one's responsibilities. Even if this one would have preferred curling up with you all night, rather than the club's books. But now I'm all caught up.
Good. Because I missed you last night.
You did?
Yes, my feet were
Oh,
freezing.
Dennis.
No, but there's more.
Good, because I'm waiting for the rest of this.
No, I'm serious. The bed really felt empty without you this morning. You know, I don't know, it's really funny how your life can change so completely, and it seems like it's always been that way at the same time. A lesson?
Mm-hmm. That you can learn to love something that you fought. I mean, really love it.
I sure have, haven't I?
Which means you can do it again.
Do it again? I have no intention of remarrying.
Oh, darling. Don't be married, silly. I just think you could make some other changes in your life that would seem as natural afterwards if you just let them happen.
Paige, what are you talking about?
Well, I think you could have a change of heart about what you do for a living.
Well, I'm happy here.
I know that, darling. But I think you could even be happier if you reconsidered Alex and his offer to train under Ryan.
No.
Darling, you might love taking over World Oil.
No, I wouldn't, Paige.
Well, you can at least give it a chance. I mean, right now you have no idea what an executive trainee does.
Look, I've got an art gallery to run here. I don't have the time or the patience or the curiosity to find out.
Sweetheart. Give it a chance, huh? For both our sakes. Go see Ryan, please. Talk to him. I'll take care of the gallery for you.
Wait a minute. Is this why you got up early this morning? Because if it is, you might as well go back to bed. I have no intention of seeing Ryan today or any other day. Do you understand that? Look, I don't see that this is a reason to cry, Paige.
Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of struggling there night after night. You have no idea how hard I work. And here's Alex with his wonderful offer for you, for both of us. And you won't even consider it. I think that's so selfish of you. Would you even talk to him? For me?
Paige. Not even for you.
You are a married man, Dennis. You have other people to consider besides yourself.
Of course I care about money. I was raised with it. I understand its value.
You sure you're not crazy about it?
Crazy? You want to talk crazy? You look at my sister Paige. She cares about money for its own sake.
You don't.
That's right.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm sure that you became a doctor for humanitarian reasons, right? Not to see how much money you could make off of your patients. Of course, your father was the one that gave you the money to get into med school in the first place, wasn't he?
Hey, look, wait a minute. I got myself into med school. My father paid my tuition. Do you understand that? Money did not get me in, and it did not keep me there, and it didn't take the place of skill or just plain old hard work. Nope, my father's money did not get me in, and it did not buy my medical degree, Mr. Hampton. And yes, I do have a healthy respect for it, unlike some people I know who hold it in contempt.
Wait a minute, you're talking about me here, huh?
Hey, I'm not talking about Kevin Cook.
Yeah, but wait a minute, but you are, because all the people that you admire are all conventional people. People that want to make money, that's all.
Okay, maybe I am. And maybe I do admire men like Kevin, but not because they make money.
Yeah, but he does.
All right, he does. But he's achieved something. He's made something out of his life.
Yeah, he's made a lot of money.
That money is just a measure of his achievement. That's why I value it. And him.
Well, doesn't this make me an achiever here? I mean, doesn't this put me up there with the rest of the achievers? That's not bad for a few hours worth of work, huh?
Oh, stop it.
No, what's the matter with that? I mean, was there something wrong with it? I mean, haven't I done something with my life right here? I put in a few hours worth of work and I make $3,000.
Work?
Work!
You call playing poker in a sleazy bar work? You could have gotten yourself killed.
Yeah, well, what are you trying to do here? Finish the job? Hey, come on, just try some gentleness, huh?
You are an idiot. and you don't deserve it.
Yeah, you're right, because I've got no money, really, to speak of. I've got no career, I've got no ambition, I've got nothing happening for me, right? So, I mean, I might as well kill myself. It'd be a favor to mankind, right?
Jeb, no. I would miss you very much.
Yeah, I could tell that, the way you've been yelling at me, huh?
Look, wait! I was yelling because you scared me coming in here covered with blood like that.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's not good enough.
What do you want me to say?
That you'll never, never do anything so self-destructive or stupid again.
Okay, you tell me that you love me again.
Will it do any good?
If you tell me that you love me, I will promise you just about anything.
You're ashamed of me, huh? When I'm working double shift to get you this apartment, this furniture, and anything you want for you and our baby, and you're ashamed of me.
I never asked you for things, Billy Joe.
Then tell me, Nita. I mean, just tell me what it is you want, because I'm tired of trying to figure you out.
I just want you to love me.
I love you, honey. I love you.
And I want you to be a good man.
If you're talking about that time I spent in Huntsville, honey, that doesn't mean I'm bad. I've changed.
No, I am talking about you sitting over there and laughing your fool head off about how funny you think it is that Jeb Hampton got hurt.
Well, it was funny. I mean, what's the matter with laughing? Let me tell you something, Nita. That guy never lost any sleep over my welfare. Now, what am I supposed to be going worrying about him for, huh? He's just some jerk who came in and butt in where he wasn't wanted or needed. Huh?
Yeah, well, whatever happened to doing unto others as you would have them do unto you? Didn't you ever go to Sunday school?
No, my old man never believed in that junk about the golden rule, whatever it was, and he always said them that have the gold make the rules. Never paid it no mind either.
Well, maybe you better start paying it some mind. Or maybe I better go borrow a Bible from Maggie and teach her myself. Because you've got a lot of learning to do to make you into some kind of man. And we don't have much time. Because it's got to happen before this baby is born. So you gotta straighten yourself up, Billy Joe. Or we're not going to have any kind of future.
What, I'm supposed to start going to church now?
Well, it might not be a bad idea. In fact, if you don't watch out, you might learn something.
I'm baloney. What a bunch of junk. I mean, what I do, it just ain't good enough for her, man. It just ain't good enough. Fire things. Work my fingers to the bone. What am I supposed to do? I'll tell you, some women, you just can't please them no how. Man, no matter what a man does, man, some of these women, they're just not happy. No matter what a man does.
Maria.
What?
Maria.
Maria who?
Our nurse thought you were when you came in here.
Why, ain't nobody here. Would you rather have me been Maria?
No, yes. As a matter of fact, I do. She's not a bloody mess, at least, you know what I mean? You know, I don't think that's a patient because we don't have that many appointments scheduled for today.
You can take the day off, then.
Can't do that.
Why not? You just said you had a light day here, and I got a lot of money here. We can go out and celebrate.
Oh, come on, you save your money. Do something sensible with it.
Sensible. Come on, what's wrong with celebrating, huh?
Okay.
All right, listen, I'll take $50. We'll go out and we'll celebrate on $50. What do you say, all right? You got a light day?
Yeah, okay. I guess I could leave Bart a note. He'd cover for me.
Okay, you leave him a note, all right?
All right, I'll leave him a note. I got
Write a note there. Close your eyes there, and I'll think of something to do here. Some
I
surprise
don't
for you.
know how much I like your surprises.
Why? They always turn out good to me. I like them.
Yeah, the last time I went for a ride with you, you kept me in a hunting cabin overnight and changed my life.
then I think that I'm going to have to turn your life around again for the better. Let's take another ride then, huh?
All right. But you can't go like that.
Why not?
Well, they'd arrest you.
For what?
For being a suspicious character. Look at you.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'll tell you what.
What are you doing?
Bart won't mind.
Yes, he will. What am I going to tell him?
Tell him that, we have to make house calls. Come on.
Oh, no, you're crazy. You're going to get me in so much trouble.
Hey, Bart.
Hey, Bart, listen, there's a note. It explains everything, okay?
Everything? Must be a literary masterpiece.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on your horses. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'll be there. Hold on here. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. Well, now, it ain't Little Red Riding Hood. Come on in, sugar.
No, thanks, Billy Joe. I just wanted to ask you something.
Oh, how you did at the coop? You were terrific.
No, thanks, but it's Jeb Hampton, Billy Joe. I'm really worried about him. Wait, do you know where he is? Is he okay?
Gee, Elena, no, I don't. I mean, I don't know for sure. Come on in, I'll tell you what I do know.
Edie's not home? Huh?
No, I mean, she was in such a hurry to get out of here, she wouldn't even listen to what I was trying to tell her.
Maybe she didn't think it was that important.
You think the well-being of your fellow man ain't important? Huh? Well, maybe you never went to Sunday school, girl, but I did. And I know all about how important it is to be your brother's keeper and all that. But Nita, I don't know about her. I mean, I was trying to tell her how worried I was about Jeb Hampton and all, but she didn't seem to care. All she kept on saying was, mind your own business, and whatever happened to him, he must have deserved it.
Whatever happened? Billy Joe, what happened last night after I left?
Oh, he turned out to be a real troublemaker. You shouldn't hang around with guys like that. I mean, even Bernie, I don't think he'll let him back in there after the fight he started. That guy's bad news.
Jeb? No, Billy Joe, those guys must have started with him first.
Nobody's starting nothing with that dude. He was a fight just waiting to happen the minute he started winning. Some of those guys lost a whole week's paycheck to him, you know? And they didn't think it was very cute when that Yankee started teasing him about how much they were losing to him.
Jeb? Would never do anything like that, Billy Joe.
Hey, I'll tell you, you just talked to some of the guys who were playing with him. They were mad as hell. And they all just jumped up from the table. Elena, I hate to say this. I mean, I know how much you care for him and all, but honey, he just ran so fast with his tail between his legs. You just can't go counting on people like that. I mean it, Elena. That night he showed his true color. It was yellow. Screaming yellow.
Well, I don't care. I'm still worried about him.
Oh, he's probably back at the farm licking his wound.
No, he's not. I called the ranch already, and he didn't come home all night. I'm gonna go find him.
Hey, no, wait. I mean, let me help you, you know? I mean, I'm concerned about him, too. Gee, that poor guy, I hope he ain't hurt too bad. I mean, him not 2 months out of the hospital and everything. I'll tell you what, why don't you stay here and we'll call around and see if we can find out where he is. I'll call Bernie, see if he knows anything.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I got lots of them today.
Billy Joe, it's really nice of you to do this. Especially after the way Jeb's been treating you.
Well, I know it don't show much, but I think underneath it all, I'm a pretty big-hearted fella.
You are.
Yeah, Bert. I'll tell you, why don't you just go get some coffee and let me go talk to Bernie.
Okay.
Well, you know, it works.
What works?
Huh? Oh, this here, the phone. It works. I'll tell you, I had trouble making a connection before, but, well, I figured out how to do it now.
You know that invitation you got me?
Just might be worth its weight in gold, Stokes. Little token of my appreciation for all the good work you've been doing.
Well. Actually, it was Billy Joe who got a hold of it, though, so I think I'm going to give this to him. Chicken coop.
Bernie?
Yeah, it's me, all right. Is that you, Billy Joe?
Yeah, I didn't wake you, huh?
No, I haven't gone to bed yet. I've been sitting here talking to the boss, and he's been saying how he really appreciates you getting that invitation on such short notice, and he's got a little something here for you.
Yeah? How about I come by and pick it up in person?
Hold on a sec. He wants to know if he can come by and meet you. You gonna be around?
Well, some other time, Stokes. I've got a lunch date. In fact, I'd better get moving. Later.
Sorry, old buddy. Some other time.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's okay. I didn't call about that anyway. Bernie don't like Hampton now, so you don't mind what I say, okay? How's that turkey guitar player doing? That's what I called out about to find out, well, if they found his body out back with the rest of the trash.
No, I didn't find it. I found some blood, though.
Oh, yeah? Oh, gee, that's too bad.
Yes, it is. If he got cut, he might go looking for a doctor. You might check that clinic down the street. That is, if you're really all that curious.
Curious? Man, I'm more than curious. I'm concerned.
Hello, beautiful.
What are you doing here?
It's not exactly the kind of greeting I was hoping for.
What do you want, Chris?
I told you last night. We've got a lot of catching up to do.
And I told you I never wanted to see you again.
Yes, well, you did say that, but I don't believe for a minute that you really mean it.
Believe it.
Well, I think you'll feel different once we get reacquainted and catch up on some old feelings.
Old feelings?
Yes, you do remember how you felt about me, don't you? It hasn't been that long.
I never cared for you.
Not the way I remember it.
Well, then the California sun must have scrambled your brains, darling.
Are you saying that the only reason that you slept with me was to advance your movie career?
I never pretended otherwise, neither did you.
I was crazy about you, Paige.
Oh, no, darling. You were crazy about the money that my father sent to finance the film.
No, it was more than that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Then why did you walk out on me when the money stopped?
There you are. Working hard, huh?
Not too. Look at this guy. Isn't he something?
Something. He doesn't really send me, you know what I mean? But then that's what makes life interesting, right? Differences of opinion. Right?
Right. Interesting. Or possibly a hassle.
I hear a problem in there somewhere.
Well, you don't hear my problems.
I might.
But that's not the reason you came by, is it?
Well, actually, I came by for the famous guided tour you promised me last night at the reception. But if you're too tired,
No, I'm not tired. I'm just, Excuse me.
Oh, sure.
Welcome to Western Art. May I help you?
Well, I'm looking for a painting for my nephew. Something with a religious overtone.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we really don't have any religious paintings, and
But this is perfect.
It is.
Oh, don't you see the religious nature of the piece?
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth,
Neither do I.
I'll bring my nephew in to see it, if you don't mind.
Oh, no, of course not.
Hope your nephew enjoys it.
Oh, thank you, dear. I'm sure he will.
Bye. It's an inspiring painting. I love it.
I think she made my day. Yours too.
Yeah. You don't think something like that would happen at World Oil Transport, do you? Not a snowball's chance in hell.
Are you sure I don't hear something troubling you?
Only if you have advice.
My middle name. And it's free, too. Of course, it's probably worth about what you pay for it, but...
But your opinion would be unbiased. I mean, you know the players. But you don't have a stake in the game.
The players?
Yeah. Alex Wheeler, you know him.
Hmm.
My mother, my wife, Paige.
The plot thickens. What's the game?
Oh, the game is to get me to train under Ryan Connor.
Oh, he's a terrific guy, Dennis.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. But who wants to train to be a World Oil executive? I know I don't. I don't want that kind of life. I like what I do right here. This is great. I can buy beautiful paintings and I can sell them to interesting people.
I think I'd call her eccentric myself, but never mind. What's the problem?
What do you mean, what's the problem? Problem is, I like here, but my family wants me to do something else. I don't know if I'm, just being selfish. Doing what I want instead of what they want me to do. I guess it is something they have a right to from me.
As I recall it, it was you who wanted to come back here to Houston after your father died.
That's not what I wanted. I had no choice. If you'd have helped me, I would have stayed in California.
Do you know how many people I went to asking for money after your father went bankrupt?
Oh, how many? One or two?
Dozens,
Oh,
Paige.
really?
Yes, there just wasn't any financing available.
Oh.
Not without a string of big box office hits. And that film would have shown the world what I can do, too, you know. That I can produce a quality feature film instead of this...
Well, the dream is over, sweetheart. I'm never going to be a star, Chris. And you're never going to be anything more
I'm
than just-
surprised that you've given up so easily.
Oh? You have a few $1 million in your pocket right now, darling?
No. But you know an awful lot of people who do, including your husband. You know, I'll just bet that he'd like nothing better than for his wife to be a famous star. And I'll also bet that he is willing to give me the funds that I need to make that happen.
Yes, well, my new husband may love to do that for you, Chris, but he can't.
Come on, Paige.
His parents control the family fortune.
Precisely, and you control Dennis.
No! Not enough. Not enough to convince him to even take what's his.
If you want to be a star as much as I think you do, you'll find a way to get what you want.
And what you want too, darling.
We made a good team before, Paige.
Before you dropped me like a hot potato.
Would you have stayed around if the shoe was on the other foot?
Yes. Maybe, I don't know.
Now, what was I supposed to hang around for? So that we could starve together? And besides, if your interest in me was professional and not personal, then what's the big deal?
I just guess I thought I would have a little more return on my investment, that's all.
It's not too late, Paige. I still own the rights to the screenplay.
And you're offering me the part of a lifetime, right?
Yes.
Oh.
And if you're thinking I'll take the money and run, you pick the lawyer, you draw up the
Oh,
contract.
forget it.
Paige, it's the chance. It's the chance you've been waiting for. You can make all your dreams come
I
true.
don't have any time for those kind of dreams, not anymore.
The Wheelers can afford to do it for you, Paige. A couple of $1 million is petty cash to those
Iris
people.
and Alex, not Dennis.
Dennis is Alex's stepson.
Chris, I can't even persuade Dennis to take a job from Wheeler as an executive trainee.
I find that hard to believe.
It is a very
Paige.
sad and long story, but what it boils down to is that Dennis doesn't like Alex.
I never knew a millionaire I didn't like.
Well, Dennis is very different from you, my darling. I've tried. It's just no use.
No. No, there's got to be something you haven't tried.
There he is. I could try telling Dennis the truth.
Well, Miss Unbiased Friendly Consultant, do you have any solutions?
Yep. Matter of fact, I have. But it'll cost you.
Oh, no, you told me it'd be free.
Lunch.
Only if I like the answer. What is it?
Forget what everybody else wants. Do what makes you happy.
You mean that?
Sure. Now, why should you make yourself miserable to please your mother? Or Paige? If managing this gallery makes you happy, and it isn't illegal or immoral, or fattening, why shouldn't you do it?
But is it selfish?
I think it's just fine. You have a wonderful place here, Dennis. And if that lady is any indication, your clientele will always keep you happy.
Yes.
So if power's just not your thing, forget about World Oil.
That's power. Power of an artist over his medium. Of man with nature.
Power's power.
No, it isn't. The kind of power Alex Wheeler has comes and goes. This kind of power endures. Yeah, Shelley, I think I do want power. But it's the kind of power that moves people from within. Not shoves them around like a bunch of chess pieces. Moves them. Not make them or break them.
You should have been an artist.
No talent. This is about as close as I can come. I have a trained eye. I know what the public wants. I can give a new artist a chance to get started. It isn't much, but at least it's a contribution I can make to the world.
And you want to?
Yeah, I want to.
Then I say, go ahead and do it.
You make it sound so simple. I guess it is simple, isn't it? You know something? I'm really glad you dropped by today.
Well, good. Does that mean I still get the guided tour of this establishment?
Not only do you get the guided tour of this establishment, but you get lunch.
Oh.
No, really. I don't even know how to thank you. I mean, you don't even know what you've done for me today. Listen. Really. You've made me proud of myself. And you've made me proud of Western art all over again.
Well, you should be, Ace. I understand you have a really fine collection of religious art here.
Well...
Bart, I'm sorry for telling your nurse it was an emergency. But it is, sort of.
Well, here, go into the examining room.
No, it's not me. I'm not sick.
Then what's the matter?
It's Jeb Hampton, Ginny's brother. Well, you see, he got into this poker game last night, and then there was a fight afterwards. And there was blood on the ground where the fight was, and nobody knows where Jeb is. Well, you see, I just know he got hurt, and I figured since the clinic is right up the street from the bar, well, I figured maybe he came here to get help. Did he?
Yes, he came here, but
Then he really did get hurt.
easy. He's fine. Nothing serious at all, I promise.
Well, then you saw him. Well, where is he? Did you take him to the hospital?
No,
But you know where he is, right?
not exactly. But this note will explain. At least he'll tell you everything I know about where Jeb and Courtney went.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Now look, you've been pacing the floor since you got to the pen.